Hi everybody, it's Jessica, the Dollhouse Curator, and welcome back to the Curated Dollhouse. Today we are here for episode number 11 on putting together my curated doll space, and I am so excited for this episode because today we will be talking through my last big project that I have to get done before we get to the full room reveal, which I am hoping will be next Saturday, August 1st. I am hoping to have all the last things that we have to get done so that I can have a video posted for you all for the reveal on August 1st. You know, I'm pretty good about staying on top of my projects and my time frame, so fingers crossed everything works out and this will be and we will hit that date. So today's video is going to be all about lighting, because if you are familiar with the Dollhouse Curator and the Curated Dollhouse, you know lighting is one of my pet peeves for my dollhouse. Like every other doll person out there, I have tried numerous different ways to get good, significant lighting in my dollhouse. Some things have worked better than others. And over the years, I have found some really good products that have worked for me. I'm going to show you some of those today as well. And I am going to show you a new item that I have recently found that has become our new dollhouse lighting solution. And I think you all will love this and will want to find this product for yourself. So just like every other doll collector out there who has a dollhouse, I started out using lamps to light my doll space. The ones I preferred to use were like this, kind of the old Pixar mascot lights. Yes, you can angle them different ways. They usually have a gooseneck with it so you can get different angles. Those worked out really good, but you can't always get the light exactly where you want it. You still have to worry about having a plug close enough and, you know, all of that. I tried puck lights. Puck lights are pretty decent, but you know how the curator is about things with batteries. And puck lights are the reason why I am like that. Well, that and my kids and the Xbox controllers, because we go through batteries so quick. I used regular light batteries where you can just get the, you know, kind of bright white light. And then I use puck lights. I use bright white puck lights. And then I also found puck lights that had color in it. I thought those were great, but we still had the battery issue. So I continued to look for something that would be more effective and give me constant light in my dollhouse. 3 years ago when we started the Curated Dollhouse, or better yet, when we started the Dollhouse Curator channel, I ran across these lights. I believe the brand is AIBOO because I remember in the video that I did back then called Lighting the Dollhouse Problem Solved. Check it out if you want more information on these lights. But when I got these lights, I remember saying I didn't even want to try to pronounce it because I'm Southern and English words trip me up, with my Southern sometimes. But these are LED under cabinet lights. You can connect them in different configurations. They could plug into the wall. It had a switch that I could turn on and off, and it came with a remote. They had different modes. They could flash and fade and all of that, but they did not have color, but they gave me consistent lighting in my dollhouse. About a year later, hubby found for me. Hubby is really the lighting expert in the dollhouse. Yes, he finds most of it. About a year later, hubby found these for me. I have recently gone over these lights in my Rainbow High Dollhouse makeover that I did back in my Mayhem Challenge. So if you are interested in the information on these lights, check out that Rainbow High Dollhouse makeover. I think it's called Bringing the Rainbow to the Rainbow High Dollhouse. Put it in lights. I think that's what it's called, but you will definitely recognize it. It has a thumbnail with the house and all kind of different colors from where these are colored lights. So hubby found me these. They are super thin, had stickum on the back. These have your regular white and bright light, and then they had colored light in it as well. I could plug them up into the wall. They had a switch and a remote, and this was a great lighting solution for a while as well. However, now that we have moved into the doll room, I do not have one generic doll space like the Curated Dollhouse used to be in the living room. I have 8 different doll spaces that needed lighting. So we had to figure out a new lighting solution to keep me, because you know I'm cheap, to keep me from putting one set of lights on one shelf and the other set of lights on the other, and having to decide who got the colored lights and who got the basic lights. Hubby went looking on Amazon because he was thinking he knew that there were customizable LED strips that you could find, that you could put together any way you wanted to. He looked on Amazon, he found some contenders, put them in our cart, and then we just so happened to need to go to Harbor Freight. And at Harbor Freight, yes, the curator, I finally scooped hubby on something. I found some wonderful lights that wound up being perfect for what we were looking for. These are Luminaire, reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, Luminaire Indoor 12-foot LED tape light. These do have different colors that you can get. They have different modes that you can get. They can fade, they can flash, and these are customizable. So if you see on this packaging, it says right here you have the scissors, and that says customizable right under it. These strips have different spots on them, and yes, I have a strip out right now. They have different areas on the strip where you can cut it so that you can add some extensions. They come with 6 different extensions. They come with 2 different extensions, 3 a piece, and you can cut these lights, reconnect them, and they will still work. So I have a strip of these lights right here. This is what they look like. And if you see right about, where is it? Is that, yes, right there. They have the little scissor icon. In the back, they have these 2 different parts. I can cut this light right here in the middle, add a connector, and then extend them if I need to, turn them different directions if I need to. They are thicker than the other LED strip lights, but again, these are customizable. So we found those. I wound up getting 2 packs. They were $25 a piece. I thought it was well worth it because, again, I have 8 different spaces that I want to be able to light. And hubby has started working on getting these lights in for me. So I want to show you where we are so far. Without further ado, let us see the lights. Do you see it? I know you see it. Yes, I am so excited. They do change colors. I am loving this. They have different modes, all of that. This is absolutely wonderful. We did run into a small issue with these lights. They do come with connectors and extensions. So they have one where you can just connect the light back together if you need to run a little bit of a longer line. They're about 1 inch. And then they have another connection or another extension that gives you about 4 to 5 more inches that you can use. But to light every single shelf, and to not get light bleed. And what I mean by light bleed is when you have the lights coming through areas that you don't want them to come through. We had to get very inventive, and thankfully, Curator Hubby is a genius when it comes to figuring things out and thinking outside the box. That man is going to be great in a zombie apocalypse. Yes, he is. He is going to be great in a zombie apocalypse. My zombie apocalypse skill is going to be leadership, talking, making people laugh. His zombie apocalypse skill, we're going to have lights. We're going to be able to eat, heat, all of that. Yeah, definitely good in a zombie apocalypse. However, we ran into the problem that the extensions did not give us enough extension to be able to use one set of lights to light every single shelf. So what hubby had to do is he had to make custom extensions. So he took the extensions that came with this, modified it, and now we have light strips that are right here behind this little lip on the shelf, on each shelf. And he is creating an extension so that all of this does not have to have light bleed, and it connects to the next one. So the extensions that he's making me are like 14 to 15 inches. And he has the skill set to be able to do that, thank goodness. And that is how we are going to be able to use 2 sets of these lights to light every single shelf for my doll space. I am loving this, absolutely loving this. And these were a really good deal, and I am very thankful that hubby had the skill to be able to make me custom extensions so that we don't have any light bleed and every single shelf will be lit. I'm really excited. We are halfway done with this one. As you see, the bottom 2 shelves have light. The other ones already have the strips up. We just have to finish making the extensions. And then the other one, I am going to do, after hubby gives me a little bit of lesson on how to create these extensions myself, I am going to do the other one, and I'm really super excited about that. But I think with finding these customizable, and that is the key, finding these customizable lights at Harbor Freight was the ticket to be able to make this work. Consistent light on all of my shelves, the color on all of the shelves, and the different modes that they can go to on every, hold on. There we go, on every single shelf. I am absolutely loving this. I am absolutely loving this. Now I'm going to turn these off. Said I was going to turn it off. There we go. Okay, so that is where we are with our last big project for my doll room. We have completed adding my shadow boxes up on the wall. You all will see that next week. I know I have posted some pictures of it on my community tab, so if you're interested, definitely take a look at my community tab. But we have got our shadow boxes on my beautiful wall. We've got our dresser completely made over. We went over that in episode 10. The toolbox, still a genius idea, absolutely genius idea to add to my doll space. I love it. I have decreased some of the additional storage that we had in our redesigned closet from our last episode by utilizing a couple of the drawers in my in my toolbox. But my absolute favorite thing in this room still right now is that restyle closet. The way that is together and the way that I can go in there and work and restyle my dolls is absolutely phenomenal. And I love that. That is a great modern touch, because modern was the one thing that after I started looking like how we're going to pull off modern is what works for you. So creating that restyle closet where I can restyle and dress my dolls in that closet and make it work for me was an ingenious modern touch that I'm very glad that I thought about, and that's a great way to use that space. We have our wall with the TV and my desk. This is the only part that kind of looks like it doesn't belong in my doll room. However, it's going to have to stay for now. What we're going to do later on is the doll space will be doll space, and we will be moving my workspace out to where the old curated dollhouse used to be. So here will be play, out there will be work. Yes, so I love it. I also have one other thing that I got while hubby and I was out. So we wound up finding a great solution for lights. And I also have gotten me a big old area rug. Again, you can probably see some pictures of it on the community tab. I'm not going to show it in this one because my dogs have been in here and they got dog hair on it and I need to vacuum it. But I love this rug, and when hubby saw it first, he scoops me on so much stuff. He really does, but he got a good eye. But once he saw it, he was like, "Hey, Jess, take a look." And I turned around and I'm like, that's it. That's it right there. It is totally something that if you'd have told me I would have picked this for my doll space, I'd have been like, nah, that ain't gonna hit. But when I seen this rug, I instantly knew it was meant for my doll space. It is perfection. It is absolute perfection. So, yeah, that's where we are. We have we have the lights to finish on both shelves. I have the initial little final touches to put on to get everything in its place. And then we will be ready for our reveal next week. So the only thing that's going to slow me up is if it takes me twice as long, which it probably will, to do my girl shelf as it is for hubby to finish my boy shelf, but everything else should run just fine, and I am almost 99.78% sure that we will have the final video, the reveal video, done next week. And I really hope you all will tune in to see it, because seeing this room go from an empty skeleton of my oldest son's bedroom to turn into my full realized industrial, comfy, country, modern doll room has been a wonderful little journey that I have enjoyed sharing with you all. But I love how this turns out, and I feel like when I walk in this room, I do feel like I am walking into the curated dollhouse and into the dollhouse curator's space. One last thing I am going to cover, actually two, but it's about a doll. It's about dolls, so one topic. I recently got the Rare Christi and the new Allan Playline doll from Target. So again, if you're looking for those, please check out your local Targets. Christi is going fast. I looked on eBay. Scalpers already got it on there for like 17 times the regular price. So you may want to look quick, but I am so glad I was able to get mine. But I also got the Allan doll, and I found out after I got my Allan doll that I did not have a made-to-move body in the dollhouse that would be a match for him. So when I initially got him, I put him on this body. I believe this, I know this is, yes, this is the Sean from the Barbie Looks line. It is the lightest made-to-move doll that I had in the dollhouse, and he was still too tan for Allan. So I did some comparison. Allan and my Casper doll were about the same color, and the BMR Man Bun doll and the BMR Redhead Tate doll were the ones that I knew would be the closest skin tone to my Allan. I refuse to pay the money for Tate, who's going for over $250, almost $300. I have like a strand of hair that is annoying me in the back. I don't know why. I'm on video. You need to stop. But I refuse to pay the money for that Tate. However, I did, after getting Allan, I wanted to make him a special in the dollhouse. I did go ahead and order the BMR Man Bun, and I got him in today. Yes, I actually wound up getting him like 4 days earlier than I thought I was going to, so I'm really excited about that. So I want to show you my Allan on the BMR Man Bun body. I think he looks absolutely wonderful. I also got a tip from a couple of subscribers that you don't have to worry about trying to find a Tate if you don't have one, because he is not a match. Tate is like much more pinkish than what Allan is pulling off. So your BMR Man Bun is going to be your best option if you want to make Allan made to move. I think he looks amazing, amazing. And I also got a tip from another subscriber that they're actually made a straight on looking Allan, not just the side eye. And some people have been finding him at Target. I will be on the lookout. I wouldn't mind having another Allan in the dollhouse, especially if I have a side eye and I got a straight on. That gives me some great options for some pictures, so that I can, get the doll to look kind of different ways without having to use AI or face apps and stuff. But I think this match is impeccable. I did go ahead and cancel. I went ahead and put an order in for the Doctor Who doll. I was really excited about him, and then I saw an unboxing. The Doctor Who doll is the same skin tone as the John Looks doll and the buff, the black buff Ken doll that came out, number 25. I have both of those dolls, and the face that they used to make Doctor Who is the face that they used on the buff. Since I have two of those dolls, I went ahead and canceled that order. I really thought that he was going to be a different skin tone, so that's why I was hoping to add it to my dollhouse, but since he is the same skin tone, I canceled that order. I also canceled my additional Feel the Fridge surprise balls because I felt like spending the money to get the made-to-move body for my Allan doll made more sense than adding more of those miniatures to my dollhouse. and more sense than getting a Doctor Who doll that already had a face and a skin tone that I already had in my dollhouse. So I'm very excited about that. Allan looks awesome. His leg is super loose. Now, he was new in box. I had to cut all of the stuff, but his leg is super loose. I think I can fix this with putting a little cotton around that ball joint just to give it a bit more security. But I am super excited, and I think he looks adorable in these little glasses that come with that doll. He does absolutely gorgeous. I also found my Rare Christi. I've done a quick little restyle on her and a rename. I pulled this doll out the box and I looked at her and I was like, this is Whitley. Y'all remember Whitley from Different World? Hi, Dwight. Hi, Dwight. Yes. I named her Whitley because she has such a beautiful, bougie princess look. And I think this little restyle that I did on her today for this video is adorable. I was asked in my comments what would be a good made to move body match for this doll. And the closest that I found in my collection is the yellow top made to move. That doll is not as expensive as she used to be. I think last time I checked was a couple of weeks ago. She was running about $30 to $40. So if you don't have her in the collection, she is not an exact match, but she is the closest that I have in my collection. However, I will say this is a very unique skin tone. It is too dark for the You Create kits, just a smidge, and it's a little too light for the yellow top, just a smidge. I do think the Frida Looks doll, if you want to turn her into a curvy, would be right there, kind of if you, would be right there a better match if you're looking to make her a curvy. But if you're looking to make her a regular, this is an odd skin tone, probably similar to the Aaliyah that I did not add Aaliyah to my dollhouse. You know I didn't, but I know that a lot of people had a hard time finding a made to move match for that doll. And I think this one may be a little difficult as well. But either way, I am very glad that I have these two in my collection, Miss Whitley and Mr. Allan here. I think they are a great match. I did not feel bad. I spent $62 on getting this body, but after canceling the Doctor Who doll and canceling the other Feel the Fridge capsules, I was $40 plus because that was like $102. And now I have 3 different dolls. Of course, Man Bun, because this is his body. Allan and my Casper can all use this one made to move body. So it was worth the $60 for me to have a made to move body for 3 different dolls. That's great. That actually averages out at $20 instead of $25. So I think I hit the jackpot. And again, Miss Whitley, it is an off skin tone, but I think, again, the yellow top, the Frida, if you want to make her curvy. If you're looking to make her tall and you don't have a problem with the skin tone being a little off, the You Create kit #1 would be probably a good match if you want to make her tall or short or curvy. That would be a great one. That is all I want to go over with you all today. Again, today's video was really about lighting the dollhouse. I'm going to show you again how beautiful the dollhouse looks. Let me get off of the jump. There you go. And this one does have 2 different settings. So there's kind of 2 different on and off buttons in here so that you can get kind of a basic bright white, or you can kind of get more of that mid-tone kind of in between sunset and, you know, early morning kind of look in the dollhouse. I love these lights. Again, I got them at Harbor Freight for $25 a pack. 1 pack will cover all 4 of my shelves on one of my shelving units that I got from Lowe's. So I did get 2 packs so that I can do both. And again, we are making custom extensions so we can get where we need to go with these and have light for every shelf. But I definitely recommend taking a look at these if you are looking for some lighting solutions for either your dollhouse, because these are customizable. You can bend them and turn them however, or if you're looking to light maybe TV space or, you know, a room, these are really great options. Thank you for visiting the Curated Dollhouse and going on this episode number 11 of creating my curated doll space. We will be back another day with another video. Make sure you all like, share, and subscribe. But if you don't do any of the three, please leave me comments. Let me know what you think about our lighting solution and what you think about the information that I gave about Mr. Allan and Miss Christi, who I have again renamed Whitley for my dollhouse because I think she just has that look. All right, y'all. I appreciate you stopping by. We'll be back another day. Bye for now.